Well, who came up with the, because I mentioned Pinky had that little snap of the fingers thing. How did you come up with the snapping your leg and pointing?
We were talking, the director, he said, since I'm her little sister in the show, I needed a bit of business. I suggested that, but that we tried a few different things, but and finally I kind of went bang, bang. I can't remember who did it. Somebody went pow, and I went, oh yeah, that I like that.
That'll work.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ron Howard, Henry Winkler. I mean, you want to talk about a great actor. Did you, because there's many stories that have come out that him and Pinky, the real Pinky actress, didn't get along on the set. How did you find getting along on the set? Did you fit in, or did you kind of
I was
that different?
I tell you what, when I've come over from England as a star, okay, and I didn't want any of them to feel that I was coming over with any kind of a star attitude whatsoever. So on the first rehearsal date, we're all in the Arnold's, everybody's there. And I made a little speech. And I said, first of all, everybody, yes, I have lots of hit records under my belt. Yes, I'm very famous. I said, but I want you all to know something. I've never acted before. This is my first ever acting job. And any help that any of you can give me, much appreciated.
Very smart, just to kind of expose yourself like that and ask for help. That had to be huge.
It helped me big time. And in fact, there were times when Ron would say to me after rehearsal, Suzi, come up a little bit on that line or go down. Very helpful. But Henry was a little shit. And we laugh about this all the time. Standing backstage, ready to go out for my first entrance, my first ever acting job. The audience is a little bit nervous, sure. You know, I'm like this, I got the script behind and I'm waiting to make my entrance. Henry comes up and he says, you nervous? I said, a little bit. I said, don't worry, you're going to kill him, Suzi. You're going to kill him. He said, you're on. So out I went and I sauntered over as Leather Tusket there were. And I got to my spot on the floor and I'm ready to speak my first line. And the director in front of the audience says, excuse me, Miss Quatro, what are you doing here? I went, what? He said, what are you doing here? I said, it's my cue. And he said, you got another page. But I went back and Henry was on the floor. And I said, you bastard.
That's funny.
He said, you know what, Suzi? Now go and enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Said, what more can go wrong? He's right. What he sent me out on purpose. He saw the nerves. So thank you, Henry. And I came out to huge applause, like I'd been there forever. It's great. That was a clever thing to do. And Ronnie said to me one time, maybe 3 or 4 shows, and he said, Suzi, whatever you do, don't ever take acting lessons. I said, why are you saying that? He said, because whatever you do is organic, it's natural, and acting lessons would ruin that. So that I took that as a big compliment, actually. Big compliment.